Welcome to The Eyes of Indigo with your infinitely curious hosts, Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Our show is broadcast live at 9:30 p.m. Wednesdays. Socio-spiritual topics are laced with humor as we discuss weird stuff in a rational way. Learn more about us in our first episode, The Prequel. Shows are recorded and available on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, and other aggregators. A keyword searchable index is at iriscarter.com/EOI directory. Share ideas and comments in the program chat or by email. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share our show. Let us know you're here by typing your hello in the comments because we are thrilled to welcome you as we begin another adventure right now.
Hey. Good evening. Namaste. Namaste. We are back in the saddle. Oh my God. Has it been the weirdest past week, 2 weeks?
Yes.
In Greensboro as well?
What is up with all this rain, first of all?
That's exactly where I was going to go. I was like, it's down here, it's flooding like crazy and raining, and then brilliantly sunny. And then suddenly it's stormy and nasty and brilliantly sunny. And then we had suspicious wildfires.
Oh God, there too.
In the area, yeah, or in the area. Now, here's the skinny on that. When the wildfire first started, they said controlled burn got out of control, and now it's a wildfire, and it went on for 3 days, and then it started raining. Here's the thing: the day that this controlled burn became a wildfire out of control, it was forecasted and manifested as a super windy day everywhere. No one would have orchestrated a controlled burn on a super windy and dry area.
You're exactly right.
That makes me very suspicious about what they're actually burning.
Because there's other places. Canada had that shit going on, which oh gee, lightning strikes up and down in a straight line. Oh my. Bullshit.
All at the same time for hundreds of miles apart.
Yes.
Like,
isn't that just
in the same 5 minutes?
Mother Nature. Yeah.
Like,
who's got code name Mother Nature? I want to
hook me up. Who's this Mother Nature bitch? She's a crazy girl, and I want to party with her.
Yes.
Hi, Rosemary.
Yes, happy supper.
Happy summer
solstice to you. Trying to put my
Thank you.
Yeah.
Same to you. Yeah, it's
and then
first day of summer, and it's crazy out there.
And was it Pennsylvania or somebody that had some wildfires? Or somebody else had wildfires, and then I heard about, but then I didn't hear about North Carolina. And I'm like,
yeah, a little bit south of Wilmington in a place called Green Swamp.
I think was there a couple of I heard a clip today of some political stuff happening.
Yes.
Like it's been surfacing yesterday and today. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's
highly controversial political stuff and big movements at the top. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. And basically
more outrage is happening and reactions are happening. Yeah. Which is very good at distracting people from what? That's where you have to go do your research. Yeah.
While you row your boat outside in the heavy rains.
While you're paddling around with your umbrella.
Oh,
lots of times people went, you know what, I thought of something right when I spoke. Lots of times people go, okay, do my research, and they go to Google because that's where we were taught to Google. Correct. Try rumble.com and you're going to see a bunch that is not seen on mainstream TV or internet anywhere. Hi, Edie. Rumble.com is a good starting point. There's even more. But let's see, DuckDuckGo is another search engine that is much less censored. It still has some censor, but not much. But I thought I'd throw that out there. Yeah, people keep saying, do the research. All right. Rumble.com, DuckDuckGo. No speak of English.
DuckDuckGo.com.
That's another search engine as well. Absolutely. Whew, this is awesome.
Yes.
I've had an interesting spiritual week as well. Talking to you right now about readings. I just got back from a summer solstice, hi Linda, a summer solstice singing chakra bowls and gongs event at a yoga studio. It was Nicole's. Nicole has been on the show before, Om Sweet Om Yoga Studio in Sunset Beach, giving her a plug. And her and another lady, Michelle Cosin, had a wonderful event just now. I finally got home at like shortly after 8 because it was so awesome to stay there. And then Vicki Barkley did hypnotherapy on me 2 days ago. And she recorded it. So now I can self-hypnotize based on that recording to work on some good stuff. And then this coming Saturday, my event is completely booked. It's full to do gallery readings at Nicole's studio.
Nice.
Here in Sunset Beach. So, yeah. And then tonight, we got our little antennas going for our little beloved audience. And we have, yeah, thank you, Edie. Yep, yeah, I am. I feel lucky for our, so far for 3. If you are watching the show and you haven't wrote in, you haven't said hello or hi or namaste or blessed be or whatever works for you, please type a little bit, let us know you're there because we want to answer your questions. I'm shifting gears. We want to answer your psychic questions. Iris, where are we going tonight?
We're doing the psychic readings, and it's free, short readings. We can't get into long back and forth question and answer type things, but we'll give you a short reading based on what you asked. It is the summer solstice, so it's kind of like a good energy, if so to speak, for tonight with the summer solstice going on. I think it adds a little bit of punch to it.
Transition time. Yeah.
Yeah.
New beginnings.
So ask a question. It can be anything. Hello, V. V Grow is in.
Hey, Val.
So when you ask your questions, it can be anything, past, present, future. Just type them in. We'll take a look, and looks like everything's going fine with YouTube and Facebook. We got people coming from both, so that's good. I will say real quick, warning, in these, inevitably we get some sort of spammer that comes in, and they will address each individual name and say, so and so, call me for your reading. I can do a reading for you. This is spam. It's usually a fake account. They're just phishing, and I will sometimes have time to try to jump over and ban them from Facebook, but I can't do anything if I can't
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And so just y'all don't fall for that crap, okay? Just
just heads up that sometimes happens. Yeah. In the chat room. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to warn you about that. And it's usually through Facebook. So just ignore it. The other thing is, yeah, and sometimes people don't know what to ask. So in that case, just ask what you need. What do I need to know? Or what
do my guides need me to know? What does the universe want me to know? What does God want me to know? What does the creatrix, great mother Gaia, want me to know? Or whatever you want to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
We honor all belief systems. Yeah.
Right. And and Margot and I kind of tag team it and go from there. But if for some reason you particularly want one or the other, just say so. I mean, not gonna hurt my feelings or anything like that. And we're fine. So yeah, we'll take your questions. Just ask
First
them in
come,
the
first serve. Type them in the comments, or in the comments or the chat, depending on if you're YouTube or Facebook. And we will, Iris is our producer as well. And as you can see, she will pop your question up at the bottom of the screen, and we'll read them out loud for our loved ones and visitors from the future that are listening on audio cast.
Oh, and that reminds me one other thing. If you are listening to this, if you are in the room, you have been brought to this for a reason. And chances are there are answers that will do good for you too. Thank you very much. So, Edie, what is a Reiki guide and what does mine look like?
Let's guess who's supposed to answer that one. Iris has begun studying in the crazy world of Reiki herself, but I have not actually had a chance to talk to her much about Reiki guides. So this is kind of new information for her too. For those of you that aren't familiar, I've been a Reiki master teacher since 2003. And I've taught over 300. Honestly, I think we're up to like 360, 300. My husband and I help. My husband has taught like 200 of those people with me, but David. But we talk about Reiki guides sometimes, depending on what the group is like and how much time we have. Edie is old school. She's from back when I taught by myself in Greensboro eons ago. And a Reiki guide is an entity, the way it goes, the way I understand it and intuit it, more or less, is when the first time you are attuned to Reiki 1, and Iris, this applies to you too. The first time you are attuned to Reiki 1, you are basically assigned a Reiki guide, sometimes called a Reiki angel, all right, that's interchangeable. And that being's purpose is to assist you on all Reiki treatments that you do forever and ever for the rest of eternity, right by your side. You're Batman, they're Robin, backing you up.
Oh, cool.
Okay, yeah. The evidence that a lot of people have of this and why it's such a popular concept and understanding is it's not unusual during a Reiki treatment to, for example, maybe you have your hands over somebody's arm and shoulder for a while, and then it's time to move to like their head or, let's, for example, and you move up to their head and ears. It's not unusual for the person on the table to say, "Are you still touching my arm and shoulder?" No. Somebody is still touching my arm and shoulder, not even a little bit. There is pressure. There is heat. And you are touching my head and ears, right? Yes. And you are the only, and there's no one else in the room. It's a one-on-one treatment. Or the third person is standing down at their feet going, really cool. And that has happened many times. I've witnessed it several times. Reiki guides will jump in there and help with any kind of Reiki work that you do, whether it's long distance or hand contact or hover, or there's all kinds of beaming techniques and so on and so on. There's like when I teach with David, there's like 15 different techniques besides just laying on of hands, but that's the popular one. And Edie says, what is a Reiki guide? And I just ran through that. And what does mine look like? All right. Show me Edie Silveri's Reiki guide. All right. A little bit of a revelation here. Your Reiki guide is pretty much also your higher self. It's an aspect of your higher self that basically gets activated when you get activated with Reiki, and he, she, it can now participate on another level with you instead of only by themselves. Okay. They could always do Reiki type healing. Now they have another level of awareness, another level of activation and access because you now have another level of awareness and activation when you get attuned. And it's essentially your higher self. And she showed up, Edie. She's it's a she. Yours is a she, and she has beautiful silver white hair. And she is not. She is a fluffy girl. Right? She's round, and she's very motherly. And for a second there, I saw glasses. I saw little wire-rimmed glasses, and then they disappeared. And she started giggling, gee, like somebody I know. And she started giggling, and she took them off and put them back on. She said, I just do that for looks so I can look like Edie. She doesn't actually need the glasses. Yeah, she's doing it to be in, to resemble you is what she's doing. Yes, she's very, very, very feminine. And she's showing me that she very, very much enjoys using earth energy, Gaia energy, feminine, divine, nurturing from the ground up, mother, grandmother, nurture type of energy. Trees fascinate her, water features, streams, bathtubs, swimming pools, hot tubs, whatever, drinking water, all that is also a big part of her feminine, divine, mother nature types affinity. But she's pretty much your higher self. Yeah, she's another aspect of your higher self. Thanks for asking. That was cool. I haven't gone down that road in a little while.
Yeah. V asks, what you feeling for me today, Margot? I'm kind of a mess. And she likes that you're letting your hair grow out. It looks good.
Thank you. What it is I actually didn't put it up in a ponytail tonight. People like it when I put my hair down, so I do every now and then. What was the question? It's all about me. What are you feeling for me today, Margot? You know what? I want to, I'm inclined to tag team with Iris on this. If you don't mind, both of us reading this for you. And Iris, she also goes by the name Val, V-A-L.
Okay.
And I know both her and her mother a little bit, not a lot. And we're both listening, V, and watching. Right off the bat, V, you got a white stallion walking around you. Actually, he's not walking at, he said, take that back. He's not walking around you. He is hard charging down the road straight at you. You're not supposed to flinch. You're not supposed to move. He's showing you a power move, and he's bulldozing. Dun, 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 dun. He's bulldozing right at you, and he's showing he pulls up at the last second and rears up on his back feet and sets down his front 2 feet and goes boom, boom. Do you got it yet? He wants you to kick ass and stand up and plant your feet, make noise. Joan of Arc, boom, boom. Enough of that shit. I don't know what he's referring to exactly, but White Stallion is here to back you up in you laying down some law.
That's interesting, because what I'm getting is it's sort of what I'm seeing is that it's like everything's quiet, eerily quiet. Like she can't decide which way to go. And the path is hers to make. And it's like, I just keep seeing this like person in almost like a corral. Yeah, I just see this big dusty circle, and it's like, do I go here? Do I go here? Do I go here? And it's just kind of like lost. So that's what I was seeing. And then you talked about that stallion, and I'm like, oh, that's why he's there.
What I'm thinking, honestly, what I see in that case is your focus was on V, and my focus was on what else is trying to be in the picture. Mm-hmm. Who wants to play? I literally throw it as who wants to play, who is a player, and then I filter off who's bullshitting and just trying to get energy and who's actually a spirit guide. And White Stallion just went ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Came in. So that makes what you said entirely fits what I was seeing. You're I think you tuned into where V is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really did.
And V, you don't have to be lost. And whoever, whatever entity this is that is like wake up and do something. You make the decision. Nobody's going to make it for you. It is the next move is yours.
Pick what you want. You're in a win-win situation. It doesn't matter what you pick. You're going to succeed no matter what. And if you want to do more than one thing, pick one, succeed at it, and then pick the next thing. And you will succeed at that too in the future. So you have a win-win situation there, honey. But sitting on it is sitting on it is getting you nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
That egg ain't gonna hatch.
Yeah, that dog ain't. That chicken ain't gonna hatch. That dog ain't gonna run. Get up on the stallion and see where he wants to take you and show you, and you decide if that's what you want to do. But meditate and go ride on the stallion. Let him talk to you.
That'd be fun.
Journey. Yeah, drum. Yeah, because that's hoofbeats. That's earth. Drum. Journey.
I wish a white stallion would come and take me away.
The idea is entrancing. For sure. Heather Hilton is back. Yay, hey, honey. And what's our next question? Guys, start belting them out.
Yeah, we need another question. We don't have any in the.
You guys are saying thank you and sweet things like that. Thank you.
Yeah, is there a hot guy on my stallion, honey? I think the hot guy is your stallion, but that's another story.
Yeah, I finally watched season 1 of Game of Thrones, and I understood why Jason Momoa was hot just by looking, in promos. Now I know why y'all really think he's hot. The dude has sex every 10 minutes in the show. Graphically. Very graphically, but his is the only penis they don't show. Hodor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did, didn't
the first season, Hodor walks around with no clothes on.
Poor little Hodor.
Dude hangs down to his knees and he's not even trying. Like, holy shit, no wonder Momoa doesn't want to show his stuff.
But Hodor has a reason. I mean, Hodor's.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he's not quite.
He has a story too. Yeah, he has a story too.
He has challenges. So anyway, all right, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, I gotta work my way.
I finished it again. I watched the whole thing and just finished it again. So I'm like, it's fresh on my mind.
I'm waiting for season 2 to go on sale or find it somewhere. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, stallions. Yeah.
Rosemary. She wants to. What does the universe have to say about my ongoing project?
Ooh. Something just walked up and knocked on the line in between me and Iris. Something on my side went up to the line and knocked on it like a door. They want to talk to Iris.
I may have looked this way. I don't know which way you are on the screen.
For me, the line is over on this side. But someone wants to talk to you, Iris, on behalf of Rosemary. That's really interesting. It has to do with her project. What's going on with my project? Okay, so while you're tuning in for her, I'm going to tune in for Heather Hilton, who has the same kind of question. What do I need to know? And
Rosemary, the question I have for you is not my question. It is the question for you is, well, okay, I'll put it that way. Yeah, what is going on with your project? At first it was like, what does she want to do with her project? Then it was like, what? Again, it's your project, and the hesitation, any hesitation, stutters, and stumps in your way are reflections of your insecurities. and self-doubt. There and believe you me, I'm not trying to sound harsh or anything. It's just
You know,
there it's you're limiting yourself. There are things that you think of that you go, well, I don't know. I'll just stick to the norm, or I'll stick to what everybody else does. Go with the ideas that you have. Try the new things that you're thinking about trying and you're putting yourself down for. Does that make sense to you?
jump on, utilize your creativity and thinking outside of the box is how I interpret what Iris is conveying.
Yeah.
Does that sound right, Iris?
Yeah.
Just said another way.
It's definitely the universe, God, whatever is saying, you don't have to color within the lines.
I like that.
You can have fun and make the picture your own. Don't stick with the rubber stamp. And there's some things that you're wanting to do that's not rubber stamping, and you're like, but the rubber stamp's what works.
She says, I'm doing a lot of work, but getting much pushback related to money. I'm not, and then she hasn't finished typing yet.
Okay, the whole thing is the work you're doing is the rubber stamp work. It's not your own creative touch to it. You're doing what you think is expected of you and not doing what in your heart of hearts you want to do, because you're not giving yourself enough credit for what your ideas are. You've got some good ideas that are valuable. And those ideas, they're yours, but they're also being inspired for you and being shown to you. And it's not meant to be and I know we don't have time to like really dig into what it is you're doing, but if you, I mean, it can be anything from how you do the working record keeping part of your job to whatever the stuff is about. Don't worry. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel called to do. Don't feel like you have to follow everybody else's pattern, because that's not going to work.
You're going to have less pushback when you start going down those creative paths.
Yeah.
The money will start flowing because you will be in the flow.
Yeah.
You said there was a financial kickback, pushback as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
That okay.
Call it out. Very good.
All
so
right.
Janine has joined us as well.
Oh, wait a minute.
And Rosemarie says, I'm trying to be a positive person yet. I think I have
community.
great ideas.
Don't worry about the community.
Do what you want to do anyway. Screw the community. They will get on board when they see that you are in control, because that's actually what they want. They want somebody who is, nope, we're doing it this way because I know it works. Don't listen to criticism. Tell people around you, no more listening to criticism. That's bullshit. We're the only ones that are actually acting on this, going forward. Boom, done. No more discussion. They want somebody to take charge.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Heather, what do
Heather
I need
was
to know
next.
right now?
No, right now. So I was listening to Heather's energy. And there is a theme. Heather, you got sort of another similar to what V was going through. That vague, vacuous, should I go here? Should I go there? Should I go there? What about back there? You know, and you're kind of drifting. And for you, though, it's a little, for you, though, it's, it has a different purpose. This lull has a different purpose than it did for V. For V, it's time for her to move on and take charge and jump out, similar to Rosemarie. But in your case, I'm getting a signal of this is a quiet time. You need to chill out and relax and enjoy the quiet time because it's going to change. It's going to get crazy again. So this is actually your downtime. Feel free to chill out and just cruise in neutral. They're saying for a few more weeks. Now, if you absolutely hate it or get inspired, yeah, you can stop in a few days. But if you really want to extend your whole vacation time, sure, go chill because you're going to hit up with some really high energy that's going to take extra work. So take care of yourself. Don't get slack on your diet and health. Don't take a vacation from that. Stay stoked, stay exercised. If you're not exercising, start exercising, like walking or swimming, something easy, or yoga or Tai Chi. Start simple like that. And stoke up. You're going to need it in a good way.
And just a reminder for everybody coming in, you can post your question in the chat. We're taking the questions first come, first served, and it's short answers. We can't get into like a long, drawn out thing. Okay, Linda says, "Will I ever reunite with my son?"
Do you mean in life or after life?
Yeah, because what I'm getting is it's kind of a, well, yeah, but not when you think. And at first I thought, is he dead? And then I was like,
I thought that too.
Yeah, but
what I heard was not in this lifetime. You're not physically going to run into each other in this lifetime, whether he's alive now or not.
Yeah.
In this lifetime, you're not going to reconnect. However, on the other side, when you're both deceased, yes, you'll be running. He'll be one of the first entities you run into. It'll be a happy occasion. You'll both laugh about how silly were we. Oh my God. And it'll be a very positive, loving experience. But before that time, okay, we're looking at the future, and we need to throw out another caveat. When we're looking into the future, the most that we or any other fortune teller or seer or medium can do is tell you the highest probability based on the current conditions that are going on, because free will plays into this. Everybody's free will plays into it because we're all connected. So the most we can do is tell you a highest probability based on current conditions. And the current conditions that you're under right now, Linda, the answer is not in this lifetime, but after you're dead, yes. Ad nauseum, you and him are soulmates from way back.
The other and just to kind of add a caveat to that, as things stand now,
yeah,
on the road you're on now, it won't happen. And she did say her son here now. You may not. However, as if either of you grows more and recognizes and changes these, you've got some subconscious beliefs that are keeping you apart.
Yep. You got to open, both of you have to open your hearts a lot more.
Yeah.
You got some fear and damage in there, both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's impossible, but.
Correct. It's just not likely at this point.
Yeah.
And you can change this point. Yeah. Linda, you can, if you want to run into them, you can. That possibility is also out there.
And remember, this is a blip in the ever after kind of.
In the grand scheme, yeah, in the grand scheme of everything, this is just a blip. Yeah, perspective.
Yeah.
A little perspective there. Thank you for letting us reach in there with you. Next person is Lynn. No, Janine.
Yeah.
You're right. Janine, sorry.
Hi, ladies. What message do my spirit guides want to tell me? What should I focus on?
Guys, let me remind you of something Iris said earlier. When we're answering other people's questions, there's a little bit in the answer for you too. So don't tune out. Stay with
Yeah.
us. There's tidbits in here for you too. And if you've been paying attention, yeah, there's been a lot of continuity going on tonight, and it does that
And there's a
normally.
reason, yeah. It's like the people are drawn in that all have something.
The right people are, yeah, you're here on purpose, and the other people are just like you on purpose. Y'all needed to be here on purpose together to
Yeah.
hear this. So, Janine, what message does my spirit guides want to tell me? What should I focus on? Iris, do you care to start? What do you think?
I'm hearing you start.
Okay. I'm looking at what her spirit guides are at the moment, and the first thing that came through was a big old yellow and a little bit of black butterfly, not quite as fancy as a monarch, but smaller and less lacy, more yellow than black. And he's not the only one. It's a he. Okay, your butterfly is a he. It's a masculine energy. Any other spirit guides, not necessarily animals? Ooh. Janine, feel free to type in the comments. Is your sleep getting, let's say, interrupted? Are you experiencing strange things when you wake up that appear to happen at night? And while you're typing any answers to that, I'm also getting a wolf energy, like a big wolf. And she is very protective. She is very protective. And
that was about the butterfly.
Yep. Oh, okay. The butterfly was not for Lynn. The butterfly was for Janine.
I'm sorry. Janine said yes to whatever.
Okay, she is having sleep and waking up issues. Yeah, always waking up around 3 a.m. Yeah, Janine, you're getting visited. Janine, let's you and me talk off the air. You and I need to talk. No charge. I normally charge for those kind of consultation calls, but I'm inviting you and we'll knock it out in like 10 or 15 minutes. But Janine, we need to talk off the air. Some of the things I need to describe to you are too controversial for public air at this point in human history. It's not bad. It's just really weird, which you already have figured out. Yeah, reach me through Facebook like you normally do. So, shifting gears.
Mike.
What do somebody want to? Yep. I'm sorry, Lynn. Did we read? How could I have some guidance?
And asked her to be clear.
Oh, okay. Guidance on what? Yeah, Lynn, if you could tell us guidance on what aspect of your life.
But I'm still going in order. So I'm ahead of you, dear.
Oh, yes, you are. I see it now. Excellent. Okay. All right. So Mike, which is not Mike, that's Cheryl.
Yeah. Hey, ladies, it's Cheryl K. Spirit guides, how many and why are there so many?
Because you are a complicated woman. You are not easy. You know those memes that have the statues of the angel guides going,
yeah,
and going, geez, and stuff like that. And they're like, look, a statue of my spirit guide. That's you. That's you, Cheryl. Your guides are like, oh, God. You are so profoundly busy, and you have so many irons in the fire. You have so many fingers in the pie. Everybody else has 10 fingers. You don't. You have more like 15 fingers in pies. Maybe that's toes. That's why you have so many, because they're trying to basically tag team you. And they are also in agreement with you that there are too many, and they are trying to reduce their numbers and share the load. However, apparently you keep coming up with more shit.
So, she's with you.
Yep. So Cheryl, what I'm seeing, I just recognized something. So what I'm seeing here is what your guides are telling me. Wait, I want to be more specific. Spirit guides, how many and why are there so many? How many? I'm seeing right around 20. Keep in mind, for relativity, most people have between 3 and 9 at any one time. You're running at about 20. And you can gust up to 50 on occasion. However, having a lot of spirit guides isn't necessarily a negative thing. Most of my life, I'm usually dragging around 50 or 100 with me. That's because there's a whole bunch going on that I'm not even humanly aware of. But anyway, it's a whole nother discussion. In your case, they do want to simplify. And their request is stop taking on projects. Start limiting who you're going to rescue. They said, for starters, keep it in the family. Lay off rescuing friends. If you want to rescue or help somebody, rescuing / helping, whatever. And keep your helping for a while, not always, but for a while, limit your generosity to immediate family, such as immediate spiritual family as well as immediate blood family. But you know who's the closest to you, you know. And they're not saying cut people off and drop them on their ass. They're not saying that either. They're saying wrap up what you're doing and don't start on something new. When it comes to, phew, glad we got that out of the way. Now let's work on this. Your answer is no. You're going to work on it, and I'm going to try to recover. See ya. Okay. And step away. Step away. Step away. All right. Work on your, to help you do this, work on your sense of deservedness, your sense of self-worth. I am enough. I don't have to prove my value to anybody by doing a damn thing. You're valuable and loved and wanted and brilliant and fun and wise and connected without having to prove it to anybody. The fact that you know that is good enough. The universe doesn't care what anybody else thinks. You don't have to care either. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Crazy shit is going on all over the world. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
Lynn
personally.
Palmer had asked about getting a reading, and so then we asked for a little bit more information, and she said, "What does my immediate future look like?" She is specifically worried about her adult daughter, and that the adult daughter's having problems, and so, and I've been kind of reading stuff as those were coming in.
Yes.
Oh, Lynn. It's like, what
our children put us through, right?
yes. Oh, this is about you and not about your daughter. You and this is something that we all have to focus on. I've had to do it myself so much and so often, and remind myself often with my adult children is everybody has their own path and their own plan, and all what we can do is support them. Fighting them isn't going to
Fighting or worrying.
worrying. Yeah. And when I say fighting, I don't mean necessarily just arguing, but oh, let me help you. You don't need to do that. This is,
struggle.
Yeah. You're wanting so much to help them with their problems, and they have to do it on their own. And this goes beyond just the standard, don't be a helicopter mom. That's not what I'm saying. This is a spiritual thing. She's sick and she's getting worse over time, born with a disability. She is living her journey. That
And her journey's tough, and her journey has tough spots in it. Yeah.
And your journey is bringing her into this world and offering support, but you know, if she's getting worse, it's a choice she's making.
Spiritual choice as well as physical.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not that, you know, and maybe you're seeing things, well, if she tried this or if she tried that, she might do better. She's going to make those decisions regardless. And support her and be there for her. And let her live her journey. She's going to be better in the long run for what she experiences now. Your part of all of this is to recognize your place in dealing with this. You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing. Yeah, bless her heart. She said, I'm trying not to be a helicopter mom. She's always depressed and stubborn in her ways. Yeah, exactly.
How old is she? Is she a teenager? Because
I'm
now
getting
you're
it.
just
She's in her 20s, maybe.
and she might be developmentally delayed in that case. If she, I don't know, I'm guessing. But you're describing a normal teenager, depressed, grumpy, and stubborn, and health issues. Yeah, that's a teenager. 30. She's 30. Okay,
30.
nope.
Yeah, I was thinking in her late 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nope, she's past that. You're right.
Yeah. And she is.
She's reverting.
Well, no. No, what that is coming from is, first of all, she's understanding her journey, and just I'm gonna throw out a couple of things. One, she is frustrated. She gets scared, and she knows the outcome. She knows what's coming. She knows what's happening, and she doesn't need or want to hear your concern or she knows you're stressed, okay? And that just stresses her that much more. You both know she's sick. You both know her situation, and you both can see the writing on the wall. And when you try to tell her what to do, and I know you're doing it in a loving and with good intentions and that sort of thing, but when you try to tell her that, it just makes her feel that much more of a failure. And that almost goes
She
true.
feels like she can't meet your expectations.
Right. And that holds true for anybody in a situation where we're trying to guide our family. She was incredibly scared last night, and that tore my heart apart. Yes, Lynn, it is going to.
She's
And
grieving, Lynn. She's going through grieving.
And there's another, and it's going to be hard for you to do this, but if you can step outside of yourself and see the bigger picture and recognize that like in the moment where you were there and she's scared and you're holding her and you're trying to comfort her and trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
I know you're trying not to scare her, and I know you're not trying to make her feel worse, but step out of it a little bit more. And it's hard as a mother, I know. But recognize, be nurtured. How do you, what is I know what I'm trying to say here. It's like,
give an example, parable.
It's like you're going. Okay, I'm gonna give you the words that are coming to my head. You're gonna take on the role of an angel. Is the words that are coming to my head, and this is like a parable. Instead of being a mother to her, you're going to swoop in and you're gonna be matter of fact. and you're going to be calm. And it's not going to be that, oh, you're going to push away the feelings of my daughter's leaving me. That doesn't matter.
That
right
doesn't
now.
exist either. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Your daughter, what you're doing is you're saying, and I'm not saying this is exactly what you verbalized, but it's the theme is, what do you need? What can I do for you? And I'm okay. You're going to take on this attitude of, it's
higher,
a higher attitude of,
higher
I'm
vibration,
okay.
higher awareness.
I am not emotionally involved. Are you emotionally attached to the issue? Of course, but you're not emotionally involved in it. In order to help you both get through this, it's going to be, how can I help you? I am here to serve. That is the attitude that you take on. I am here to serve. What do you need? What do you want me to do? When she's going through the heart palpitations and the things like that, I'm here, hon. It's okay. Just breathe deep.
Talk her through some slower, deep breathing.
Yeah. Would you like
Focus
to
on one
meditate?
thing.
Yeah, give her something to focus on. If she's, find out, and when she's in good condition, that's when you ask her, is there something is there
That I can do.
figurine or a mobile or something that when she's laying down that she can look
movie.
at? Is there something I can read to you? Is there something I can turn on? Is there particular music you want me to play when these things happen? So you prepare in advance. And then when she gets into one of those states, you say, yes, Lynn says she's getting panic attacks when she's really bad. And the panic attacks make it all about you. It doesn't make it about her. And in order to help her through this, and I know it sounds harsh, Lynn, but in order to help her through this, you got to let your shit go.
Lynn, you need to get a counselor, sweetie. And if you have one, you need to get a different one because that one's not getting it. You need somebody outside of the household, outside of your daughter, outside of her dad, outside of your family to talk to do the wailing wall, to bitch and moan, to talk about your fears, talk about what you're worried about, and let this person respond with tips, techniques, and things you can try to manage your own emotional awareness, such as panic attacks and how to avoid them, or how to stop them once they start. There's tons of cool shit, mainstream and alternative meditation techniques, all kinds of things to help you, but you need somebody outside of your family and household that you can talk to.
But the other thing, Lynn, is when I say
your daughter could use a therapist too, by the way.
Well,
just saying.
But what I'm seeing, Lynn, is
one.
what you need. When I say that you need to step outside of yourself when you're dealing with her, when you do, there is, on a spiritual level, support for you there. I mean, what Margot's saying about getting outside help is great too. She said, that's a great thought. I need to see someone to help me, to help her better. She's my world, and I think she feels the same. I love her dearly and am there for her. She has a therapist, and I'm on a list for one. So yeah, so true. And Lynn, if you want to contact me, iriscarter.com. I provide services too. I'm not a therapist, but I can be a spiritual advisor. But it's and I can listen to some of the stuff that's going on for you and help you kind of
remain compassionate and detached.
Yes. And that's what you need to do. So yeah, and Edie says your daughter needs support group therapy also. Yes, if your
That's
daughter
what I
is
thought
able
about too. Yeah, group therapy would help both of you.
Yeah. But if that's physically possible for your daughter at this point. I don't know how much she's out and about and doing, but
well, they can do things on Zoom now in the home.
So true.
Yeah.
But it's that for her, you need to let go a little bit. And that's
Let her be 30 years old. Let her be independent. Yeah, more and more. Less about you, more about gradually, baby steps, less about her. You take care of you, separate, and still have compassion. Yeah.
Lynn says, thank you. I need both more. Appreciate you both with the beautiful reminder to me that I can help her and work through this. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you are. You have no choice, because that's what's in your immediate future is you're going to succeed, and so is she. But you have to actually do the work to make that happen. But yes, so keep going.
And and just remember, her journey is hers and yours is yours.
Your journey is yours. Yeah. Yeah. They're separate things.
Yeah. And she says with her condition, she's letting her do her own things. And that's true. I mean, when I was little, I had a disability, and my mom said the hardest thing was to let me do and fall on my own and all that stuff. But, everybody has their own journey. That's what this life is about. And we just use each other for support. So it's nice to know the support's there, but you got to let them go the trip.
Let it roll.
Yeah. We are right at 10:30.
Woohoo! All right, so I'm looking back to see if we missed anybody, and I think we got them all.
I think so. So this is a good stopping point.
I think Edie asked one more question way back. What message do my spirit guides have for me? That's what I was remembering. When we hit a lull, Edie threw out another question. Edie, for some reason, your spirit guides are showing me the word salt, SALT, and they're showing me white granular stuff. I don't know if that means too much or too little. It doesn't seem to be a consumption thing. The salt apparently is representing something else. Okay. They're also showing me the famous Bible parody, or not parrot. Well, it is a parody parable about the wife that turned into a salt pillar because she looked back. I think it was at the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. I can't remember the exact details, but there was a reason that the woman looked back, and that was a act against the higher awareness of God at the moment. And she got turned into a statue of salt, and for some reason, made of salt. And for some reason, the picture of her came to my head along with the word salt. So there's a lot of symbolism. I'm listening as hard as I can for interpretation, but they're saying, really, Edie, you're going to have to interpret that one. It is abstract. It's not literal. Keep going. Figure out what that means to you, that whole scenario, and look up the properties and the qualities of salt besides it being a food and a preservative. A flavor besides it being a flavor and a preservative. Look at some of the other properties of it online and abstractly see how that interprets. But I think we got them all then in that case. Yeah, it can mean a seasoning, but it's got amazing healing properties. It's got amazing historical, the story of salt across human history and what it's done and how it changed it. Salt was money at one point.
She lived at the beach. Edie's at the beach.
Edie lives in Greensboro or in the Triad.
Okay.
There's salt water. Salt water is extremely medicinal. Yeah, go do some research about what all salt is besides just flavor. Yeah, it also conducts electricity for healing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's often used in healing. Namaste.
Yeah. All right. So next week, we've got Books on Fire, which is not quite as bad. We're not going to burn books online for sure.
Yeah, baby.
But we're going to talk about banned books and all the stuff around it and why people do it and what people are banning and all that kind of stuff.
And particular books that we recommend.
Yeah. So with that, thank y'all for the great questions and good discussion. And we hope you found it helpful and love having you here. And
You're welcome,
hope you
guys.
would join us again. Same bat time, same bat channel next week, right?
Stay
All right.
stay amazing, everyone. We love you.
Good night.
Thank you for joining the Eyes of Indigo with Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Music is Arcadia by Kevin MacLeod. Find us at facebook.com/Eyes of Indigo, on YouTube under @Iris Carter Enterprises, and on various podcast aggregators. Copyright 2023 by Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears.